Have you ever wished you could go back in time and be part of the early days of Bitcoin? Picture this: you're one of the first people mining digital coins on your phone, watching a quiet project grow behind the scenes. Everyone's ignoring it, but you see the potential. Now fast forward to today. What if I told you there's a project doing just that, building a decentralized ecosystem step by step, and it just made a massive leap that could change everything? Pi Network has quietly released a new update that could bring thousands, possibly millions, of users into its mainnet. But here's the twist: it's not just about miners anymore. This change breaks down one of the biggest barriers in the crypto world: identity verification. So what does this mean for you? Is the door finally opening to the public? And what happens next in Pi's bold journey toward global adoption? Stick around, because we're about to unpack one of the most important updates Pi Network has released to date. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Welcome back to the channel, where we break down the biggest stories in the world of crypto, blockchain, and decentralized technology. Today, we're diving deep into Pi Network's most recent breakthrough, a powerful new feature designed to activate mainnet wallets for a wider group of users. This isn't just a technical update. It's a fundamental shift in how the Pi ecosystem grows, who can participate, and how fast the project can scale from here on out. So here's the deal. Pi Network has just introduced a new mainnet wallet activation feature. This system now allows identity-verified users to activate their wallets and engage with the mainnet in ways they couldn't before. That includes both fully KYC-verified users and even many who are tentatively verified. Now, if you've been following Pi for a while, you know how cautious they've been about security and user onboarding. Up until this point, only those who completed every layer of identity verification and network validation could access their mainnet wallets. It was a slow, deliberate process that ensured safety, but it also slowed growth. This new update changes the pace entirely. By easing access without sacrificing security, Pi is preparing for something bigger: expansion. What this means is that thousands of pioneers, some of whom were waiting on the sidelines, can now begin using their wallets. That includes sending and receiving Pi, managing their funds, and interacting with other mainnet features. This is all done through the updated Pi wallet available in the Pi browser, which has now become the central hub for Pi transactions and app exploration. The new activation flow is smoother, faster, and more intuitive, making it easier for users, especially those new to crypto, to navigate the process. For many users, the biggest challenge was never mining Pi. It was getting verified. KYC bottlenecks have long been a pain point for pioneers eager to use their earnings. But with this update, the network is showing that it's listening and adapting to user feedback. But that's not all. For the first time, Pi Network is opening the door to non-pioneers, yes, even people who haven't mined a single coin. How? Through third-party services that provide KYC verification in line with Pi's requirements. One such provider is Banxa, a known KYC and KYB service that now supports Pi's onboarding process. This means people who have never used the Pi app can still create wallets on the Pi mainnet and interact with the ecosystem. This is a monumental shift. It moves Pi from a closed, pioneer-only economy to something much more open, flexible, and scalable. Imagine someone discovering Pi today, getting verified through a third-party provider, and joining the mainnet ecosystem without going through the original mining route. That's not just smart adoption, that's strategic evolution. Now, let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger picture. Why is this update so important? Because it's not just about wallet activation. It's about ecosystem growth. With more verified users entering the mainnet, the number of daily transactions is going to rise. Apps built on the Pi platform will get more user testing. Developers will gain access to a larger audience. More people will be available to test, give feedback, and help improve the user experience across the Pi economy. This, in turn, boosts the health of the overall network. More interaction equals more utility. More utility equals more value. And more value equals more momentum toward the vision Pi has been pushing since day one, a decentralized, user-powered economy that works for everyone. Another key point here is the way this change affects developers and app creators within the Pi ecosystem. Before, one of the biggest challenges was the limited number of users who had full mainnet access. Developers were building apps, but their audience was small. That made it difficult to collect real-world data, test functionality at scale, or launch applications with confidence. But now, with this update rolling out, developers can finally interact with a much broader group of users. This will lead to better testing environments, more reliable results, and more opportunities to refine and launch useful apps that support real use cases for Pi as a currency. Whether it's marketplaces, games, financial tools, or services, the potential for meaningful innovation just expanded dramatically. On top of that, this update sends a powerful signal to the crypto world. It shows that Pi is not just another speculative project with no clear path forward. It's actively developing solutions, growing its infrastructure, and setting the stage for broader adoption. By combining ease of access with strict identity verification protocols, Pi is showing the world that it's possible to balance growth and security. Something many blockchain projects still struggle to do. And here's something you might not realize: this change could also help Pi move closer to regulatory compliance in various countries. By embracing KYB and working with third-party KYC providers, Pi is building a system that aligns with the standards governments and financial institutions expect. That opens the door to future partnerships, integrations, and perhaps even listings on global exchanges, though that step hasn't been confirmed yet. Still, everything Pi is doing now is laying the groundwork for that future. What we're witnessing here is a network that's maturing. It started as a simple mining app that people used out of curiosity. Now, it's evolving into a functional blockchain ecosystem with tools, apps, verification layers, and real utility. And as it becomes easier to join and use, the community will only grow. That growth will lead to more innovation, and innovation will lead to more value. It's a cycle that every successful blockchain project depends on. And Pi seems to be right on track. So, what does all this mean for you, the viewer? If you're already a pioneer, this could be the moment you've been waiting for. Your access to mainnet features just got easier, and the value of your Pi may finally start showing real-world potential. If you're new to Pi or haven't joined yet, this could be your opportunity to step into a growing ecosystem that's still in its early days. The barriers are lower, the tools are better, and the roadmap is clearer than ever. Pi Network is no longer just a project. It's becoming a platform. And if you're paying attention now, you're still early. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, insightful, or even just a little exciting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Pi Network updates and crypto insights. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Do you think this update brings Pi closer to mass adoption? Or is there still more work to be done? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep mining, stay informed, and stay curious.